Rematch has gotta be the best sports game, like, by far. Man, it is the most fun I've had with a sports game in a very, very long time. Honestly, since, like, NBA Street, bro. Like, honestly. But what's crazy is it's, like, actually a really good team game, too, like, competitively, in my opinion. Something like League, CS, or Rocket League. But it suffers from what I now refer to as the MK11 problem, which is it has a great base as a game, like great start, but there's just a few main issues that hold it back. I want to go over what's good with the game first, but we'll get to the few issues I have with it and the solution, and hopefully, because I am echoing some issues that most players have. So hopefully the developers will get on it because what they have is such a great game right now, but it does have a few issues. The 3v3, 5v5 aspect of the game is great. 3v3 is really fun casually, but I also think there should be a ranked mode for it because it's that fun. 5v5 is the competitive standard, but I think 4v4 kind of feels out of place. Like it doesn't really belong. I think honestly what would be better is a 7v7 and actually maybe even have that be the competitive standard now. I think that would actually be a much more fun game mode. That shit would be wild actually. I think that's the max though. I don't think you could have any more players. Especially with the current netcode. Definitely could not have any more players. The player customization is fucking great, honestly. There's a lot you can do. You can make plenty of different kinds of players, male, female, customize them with all their equipment, and all that stuff. You just keep adding to it, honestly. What they have is already pretty great. Something I would like to see more of, though, for sure, is more like arena customization. There is a bit of it, but definitely needs to be more. I don't know what else they could add, but maybe you could add stuff on the sides of the walls and stuff. That'd be something I'd maybe like to see. Is maybe a different game mode. Something maybe I thought of maybe like TDM, where you just like shoot balls at each other. I don't know, maybe they make like a whole map for it or some shit. They could like outside the box. There could be some fun shit they add, you know? They don't have to just have, you know, basic soccer. The mechanics themselves are so great. There's so much you can do with the ball when it comes to shooting, passing, and dribbling. It's really fun. And then there's plenty you can do as both the person with the ball and then as a defender. There's plenty of fun defensive mechanics as well. When it comes to shooting, it almost feels like you're playing an FPS game. Because with the aiming, you just aim and shoot, you know? It's exactly like playing any other shooter. But shooting is also great for passing, funnily enough, because you can just dime your passes directly to someone. If you have like a certain shot down, you can even curve it a certain way, have it curved down, have it drop on someone. So there's plenty you can do with the shooting mechanic. And of course, with all the different spins you can do, there's plenty of different shots you can do to throw off the goalie. And it's great. So I think there's actually so much depth to the mechanic already. And no notes. I don't think there's anything they could add to it, really. Passing is almost just as good. Passing is done not with aiming, which is fantastic because it allows for shit like no-look passes, right? You can just be running down the field, and as long as you know someone is, you know, kind of behind you off to your left or right, you can just pass it back that way. Or I constantly just use the map, and actually I don't. I just remember where my teammates were, and I pass it in that direction. Because I can't use the map, because as you can see, I use an ultra-wide monitor. And even though I do have the map in like enlarged as large as you can make it, it's still kind of hard to see. So I sometimes, you know, I just kind of remember where my teammates were. With so few teammates anyway, it's kind of easy to remember. I do miss passes sometimes, and I will blame it on that, honestly. I feel like if I could use the minimap. So devs, in most shooters, you're allowed to like bring in the HUD and make it smaller or pull it in. We need that feature. Thank you, please. As a ultra wide player, I would appreciate being able to pull it in a little bit so I can just see it. Thanks, appreciate it. But passing is also, Helena says, as much depth as shooting. You can have plenty of different passes with different lobs and lengths. So you can pass it with a short lob, you can do a far lob, you can pass it super far, you can pass it really close. You can pass it with a rainbow kick. And passing is great for shots themselves, like going for shots, because you can throw off a goalie with certain pass shots. And then they're also good for just setting up shots, either passing to a player or passing it off the wall. You know, you can do fun shit like that. You can also shoot it off the wall. It's perfect for throwing off the goalie. And dribbling is also very sick. There's a lot of depth to it. You have fun moves you can do to just cross up your opponent. And then also speed is tied to ball movement, so you can, you have to dribble if you want to move quickly down the field, rather than just like run with it in your possession. You push it away to run faster, and it also pushes it away, so if people tackle at your feet, they don't get the ball. So it's useful for that too. And then the dribbling, like all the moves you can do, is very cool. And there's even some like even deeper depth with the Ippy slide, which I definitely think should stay in. I love tech and mechanics like that people find. I love shit like that. I come from fighting games, so shit like that has to stay in my opinion. That is such cool tech. I don't even think it needs to be like tweaked or nerfed or in any way. I think it's perfectly fine the way it is. It's just really hard to defend against. That's the whole point. And it's a really good cross-up. I just think if they just fixed the netcode, it would be balanced. Oh, the next mechanic that I wanted to cover, because it's so funny to me and it's so great, is the comm system. The comm system is perfect, just the way it is, no notes. It's super effective, super fun as is. I love all the VA. It reminds me of like fighting games, like Maximum Spider and all that shit. Like you remember all those lines so iconically, all the shit they say. You remember Hadouken, like all the specific nuances of how they say it too. You remember all of it. So as a fighting game player, I love it. It needs to stay the same, no notes. All I need is more of that shit. I just want more random fucking BS that they say. Please give it to me. Now on to the negatives. Right now, the only negative gameplay-wise I have is the priority system on certain moves. So, the way it stands, blade kicks, fuck everything in the game. like everything. Goalies, headers, doesn't matter, you cannot defend against that shit. You just gotta pray to goalie can fucking save it. That's it. And goalie, if you dive at it, you're getting fucked. Okay? Like, straight up. So that is the one thing they need to fix, is the priority system on the moves. So, the way it needs to be is goalkeeper, headers, blade kicks / bicycle kicks, pass / lobs, and then the taps or like the little A presses at the very bottom. That's the priority system. If they fix that, the game is chef's kiss. Perfect. And then the last thing they need to fix, in my opinion, is the rank system. Right now I only play casually, because mostly I really like the 3v3, but I just don't like the rank system. So one thing they need to do is, one, they could add a 3v3, and then if they add 7v7, I think a 7v7 ranked. I think it should be a ranked mode for each mode. And get rid of 4v4, because I think it's kind of useless. It's whatever. The second thing is they need to allow for demotion. It's really dumb that you can just get to a certain rank and then keep it, because there's a lot of players that get to a certain rank and they don't need that fucking rank, and they need to be demoted. So, one, do that. And then if you want to make it more casual friendly, just make it so that there's more points within each rank. So it just feels like when you get a certain rank, it has more value because you stay in it longer and you have to journey through it longer. And then you can also increase how much points you get from a win versus a loss versus maybe even getting MVP. MVP gives you more points. Rank system should be good. Fix it. Right now it's not, it doesn't feel rewarding at all. I don't even play it, I just play casually. And last, but very much not least, fix the goddamn netcode. My god, it is the worst shit ever. Some games are fine and you don't even notice it. Other games, it is messing up literally everything. Everything you do, from passing to shooting to defending to playing keeper, it fucks with everything. So please, please fix the netcode or the game will die. Like, seriously. They need to implement some kind of, like, I don't know, like rollback netcode of some kind, like a fighter, or maybe some very low latency netcode, like some kind of 128 tick server of some kind. Like, I don't know, I'm not a developer. That shit needs to be good. It needs to be good, otherwise a game like this just kind of flops and just crumbles. All the good shit I just talked about just crumbles under bad netcode. So that needs to be the #1 priority in my opinion. And then all the other shit can come, whatever. But anyway, I've been having so much fun on this game. If you haven't tried it, I definitely recommend it. It's on Game Pass if you want to play it. Give it a shot. Otherwise, I think it's like $30 on Steam, and it's also on Xbox and PlayStation. Right now, the game also doesn't have crossplay, if I'm not mistaken, so that would be another thing on the wish list. But again, I think they should definitely fix that netcode first before they implement that. So, anyways, it's been your boy. Hope you guys have a good day.